Right, hello there and welcome to another revision video. If you just watched the last one about food, today is very similar. It's about food preservation. It's about how we make sure we look after our food and make it last a long time. And this is things to do with chemistry as well. For example, I can take a few different ideas, but I can take one called cans. We put food in cans to make it last longer. The reason that works is because you put the food in and then you seal it hot. You make it hot when you make that tin so that there is no bacteria can survive. You kill bacteria. When you kill those bacteria and then you put the lid on, no bacteria can get in or out. And hopefully the heat killed them all. If things get too hot, they start to break down. That happens to bacteria. So, if you put the can on, like so, then it should last for a much longer time, as no bacteria can get in and out. Another way of making food last a longer time is by keeping it cold. We have a fridge at home. Fridges, Silscorp, is really good for helping food last longer. Think about things like milk, for example. How that works? Well, it's one obvious thing. First, there's bacteria again. They have to slow down. They can't get the energy they want quickly. They can't reproduce. So we can't get more and more bacteria at those cold temperatures. So that's good. But also the slowness is important. If you have cold temperatures, the liquids in there are moving around much slower. So there's less chance to get the nutrients you need as a bacteria to survive. So the two things go hand in hand, and the coldness slows things down from decaying. If you go further and you freeze the food, then you turn that liquid, that substance like this, where those particles can move around each other, you turn that into an organized, structured solid. By doing so, there's no way for the nutrients to move around each other. Freezing food will make it last even longer than putting things in the fridge. Another method can be used for other foods. It's very similar. It stops the water. And we do that by making food dry. Think about things like pasta or flour, for example. And again, it's the idea that you're able to take out water. That's absolutely key to that. If you can take the water out of the food, then it's possible that you can stop bacteria living there, because they all need water, and the food can last for a much longer time period. Another idea, and again, it's similar. It's about stopping that water. I can use salt, or I can use sugar. And so, for example, things like your nice salty hams you may have, or you may have things, for example, like jam, silt, lots and lots of salt or sugar. That's super, super good, because the salt and sugar, any bacteria that goes in there, there's so much salt, the salt attracts all the water. So these here, they attract the water. So the water goes out of the bacteria and goes into the salt. If you have too much salty food, you get more thirsty. It's like that, but even more extreme for bacteria. And the final thing you can do is change the pH. We can put food in acids, like vinegar. And if we do that and put food in acid, again, the acids stop those bacteria from being able to function. The bacteria cannot reproduce. They cannot go and decay the food. Food in an acid will last for a very long time. There are many different things you can do. And it depends on the food, of course, which is best. But that's food preservation. Video 4 done.